What's up, guys? So, as you can see, I've been getting some more progress on my Scarecrow guy done. I got pants on him. They look a little short because they're kind of scrunched up because, you know, this is a drop-down mechanism, so it's meant to be, you know, like suspended up in the air on a stand. But I got pants on him. I got a little aging gun on him. I ripped his shirt and stuffed it with my hay concoction, and I dirtied him up a little bit, made him look like he was, you know, been out in the dirt. His clothes are dirty. But all I really need now are just some shoes for him and a head. And right now I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a pumpkin head on him or I'm gonna make like a burlap sack mask. I'm leaning towards burlap sack mask, but tomorrow I'll for sure have a decision. And his collar and, you know, stuff. I got some perma blood put on that one. I didn't want this to be an overly gory prop, because I think if this one was overly gory, it would kind of just give it away that it was going to be a jump scare. So I just want to go a little light, you know. Gotta have some blood on him, you know, to make him scary. But he's going to be in like a pretty dark area, I think. And then whenever, you know, he goes off, I'm probably gonna have like a floodlight on them instead of a strobe. So that's the plan for him. Like I said, I think he just needs pants or shoes and a head, and he's pretty secure. I've done a lot of stabilization on his innards so that he doesn't tear himself apart. I don't think he's gonna be as violent as the skeleton jumper, but we will see. Alright, so I got the burlap head on him. I think it looks pretty creepy. The burlap's kind of covering where I bloodied up his neck, so I added a little more blood around the burlap sack and around his mouth. I think he's looking pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is I added a little bit of the hay mixture to his end of his legs, and I think I'm going to tie some like rustic looking rope around his ankles so that he just looks, you know, more Scarecrow-y, because I really want him to look like he's not going to do anything. So I'm just trying to push that. But tomorrow I think I'm going to set up his stand and get him up in the air and see how he works. So you'll probably see that next. As you can see, the Scarecrow's on the ground. That's because right now I'm working on his brains and electronics, so that's what I'll show you next. Alright, I've done a few things in here, so let me run through it real quick. Got him all wired up. He's pretty much the same as my skeleton guy. There's a couple minor differences, but pretty much everything else is the same. Got my airline all tidy. And then I got his frame, or not his frame, his like stand or mount to suspend him up in the air built, so it's pretty sturdy. The only reason I don't take him outside and set him up tonight is I need springs for his like air relief or what have you, so I need to go to the hardware store or wherever tomorrow to get those. I don't really know where to get them, but I'm sure I can just find them in a hardware store. They're just like the trampoline springs that you know. Hopefully they have them at like Menards or something, because I already have to go there tomorrow anyway. Because those frames back there need plywood so that I can start getting a start on my facade, because on August 6th or 7th we have to have the facade done and moved up to the haunt, because we're getting a U-Haul that week. So yep, that's what's going on right now. Alright, so I've been working on the facade. These two are pretty much done. I just need to get the lines put on up there. It's just kind of too high for me to reach, so I'm going to do it when they're on their sides. But I have to do 4 more that are identical to these with the windows. and then one's gonna have a doorway. I'll insert a picture kind of on, I found a picture on Google Images and it kind of looks cool to me, so I'm kind of basing this facade off of that. So I'll insert that picture so you can kind of see what I'm going for with this. But yeah, these lines are supposed to look like siding and stuff. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put like some plexiglass over the windows or just leave them how they are. It's just going to depend on how it looks under the lighting, because once I get all the pieces done, I'm going to bring it out into the driveway and start aging it and stuff. So that'll just be a possibility, but right now I think it looks okay. It'll be so dark that you won't really be able to tell anyway. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to put these ones over there and then put another 2 up here and start working on them. Alright, so I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I gotta go to the hardware store and get some shit. Working on the facades. Like you've seen, I got a bunch of them done. I only gotta do 3 more, I think, and then the facade will be done. I got some springs for this guy, so he's gonna be able to get used tonight. Or maybe, I don't know. But that's... Alright, so here's my swamp jumper guy. All he really needs is his controller and solenoid hooked up and stuff, but I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow because it's like almost 4 in the morning. I got the spring I needed for the Scarecrow guy, and then there's only one more mechanism I can use, so that'll get used soon. For him, he's getting a peekaboo, just like a regular peekaboo, so it's not gonna have the MP3 audio like the HauntBots ones I'm doing. Just because this is just gonna be a quick jump scare. Let me show you his front side before I tell you more about him. Alright, here's my swamp attacking guy. He looks kind of like Oscar the Grouch, but whatever. So he's pretty simple. The way I constructed his like frame and armature, I guess, is I just got like some steel stock rod. I think it was 1/8 inch, but I could be wrong about that. But I just bent it in a way. I cut it into 3 pieces, and then the 2 arms I bent a little bit to make them look a little bit more, you know, like arms. And then his backside is just like a U shape like this. So like this is an arm, this is his other arm, and then his head is just a piece of that metal stuck up there, foamed, and then also zip tied down. Like I put a bunch of zip ties through the foam that I filled his head up with. Like I put the zip ties through it so that once it cured, they were like really in there good, and then I zip tied that all to the armature and everything. So that's pretty much how he's built, and he's just like a cheap ghillie suit I got online. He has legs. I was gonna do legs, but it's gonna be so foggy in the swamp, and I'm gonna direct the light when the controller goes off on him in a way that you won't really even be able to tell. So it just makes him lighter, and I don't know. I just think if I put legs or something on him, like the rest of the ghillie that came with it, it just has more of a chance of getting caught and tearing the suit or just pulling it in a weird way. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. And yeah, his arms, like where there's the stuff hanging down, where his hands would be, it came with like this extra ghillie stuff for like putting on like your gun or whatever. I guess that's what it's for. But I just stripped it and zip tied it really good down to where his arms are. And he's pretty good. So I will hook him up to air and show you how he works. Alright, so I got a solenoid. So this kind of give you an idea of how he goes. He obviously needs to be laid down because yeah, he needs to have weights and stuff, or else he'll just throw himself. But he goes right up to the ceiling, so he goes up pretty high. It just comes back. I need to mess with these speed valves because he just comes back down so hard that I don't want him to hurt. Like it comes down so fast that. But I do have speed valves on it, so I can fix that. So just give you an idea of kind of how he works. Alright, I messed with his speed valves a little bit, so now he's not coming back as violently. This is the controller I'm using for the ghillie guy, and this is the audio that's gonna have on it. So, you know, like swampy, bug creature type of sounding guy. Ever since I've used those Hauntbots controllers, these peekaboos just seem like inferior for like audio sounding wise, because those other ones just sound so good. It's just hard to go back to these, but I have one more of those Hauntbots ones and it's a 4 output, so I think I'm going to use it for my ghost guy I'm making with one of those other drop down mechanisms, so you'll see that eventually. And yeah, I want to do something cool with that. I'm not sure if I'll for sure do that ghost guy with that one, but I've also like thought about doing like a opening scene, like the first room of the haunt with that 4 output controller, and just have shit like going crazy in the room, but I haven't decided yet. So I actually only need to do 2 more of these window pieces for the facade, and then the doorway, and then the facade will be done. So you guys will probably see that next video, because I want to get this uploaded, because I haven't uploaded in a while. So, oh yeah, I also bought a bunch of stuff and foam to make more of my coffin skeleton guys like I have. So that will happen soon. I think I showed all this. This guy, like his mechanism, so I think you've already seen that. And that's pretty much everything I got going on right now. As it gets closer, you know, I'm doing more and more stuff. So our U-Haul, we're getting our U-Haul on August 9th to take everything, all the big stuff down there, like the walls and the drums and stuff. So we're pretty much wanting to have everything down there by like mid-August, because we gotta start building it, so makes sense. But yeah, that's just a quick update, so thanks for watching, y'all. Oh yeah, this is also really dope. I forgot to show you guys, so I'll show you real quick. Got my first sample of the tickets. Yo. It's 500 per box, so pretty sweet.